What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be doing some American Airlines ops and we are going to be ready to go here in just a little bit. And I did buy the new ERJ 175, so that is a new airplane that we'll be flying. I actually started working on some of the instruments, getting the McDude MCDU all programmed and ready to go, so that way we can have some instruments for it. Makes it a little bit more fun to fly, so we will be getting ready to do that here in just a little while. GSX keeps telling me that this parking is too small. So we might have to just restart it and not even use it. So just see if we can't just push back without having to do anything. So how's everybody been doing? Good? Okay, good. Alright. So there we go. We are all ready to go. We will go ahead and get our American Airlines flight.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And they are ready for pushback, so and we need to go pick up our routing and make sure we get that put in here.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, and then we need to go back here, and it looks like they're about ready to go on VATSIM and get us all filed up just in case the controller comes on. And file flight plan, and there we go. And they're telling us to squawk 2751, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. 2751, and we'll go ahead and get that all turned on. Alright, waiting for you to close everything up. Alright, let's get everything closed up and let's get out of here. What do you guys say? Alright, everything's closed up. Alright. We'll have to see if we can't get some shorter flights in here. Alright, so we've got Sith, and then we've got Yodu, and then we've got Guts. And there we go. There's all of that. And got everything set up for that. Alright. Everything looks good. And we are going to want our nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, release parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, we can go ahead and start at will. And we'll get our beacon turned on. Everything else is all good, so we'll go ahead and start engine number 1.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Oh, that was quick. All right. And engine 1 is good, and so we'll go ahead and start with engine 2. Alright, and we are good. Engine, good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
All
You can
right,
disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Go ahead and get our APU turned off. Get our lights turned on here. Probably should have waited for them to get out of here. But alright. Let her get everything taken out, and then we'll be good to go.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright. Left is clear, right is clear, so we'll go ahead and give everybody a call. And San Antonio traffic, American Airlines 1963 is going to be taxiing via Whiskey to runway 13 right. San Antonio traffic. Alright, we are on VATSIM, so we are flying online, and looks like they are good. Not yet. There we go. They are good. Now we can go ahead and go. Excuse me. And you know, one thing that we forgot to do is we forgot to turn on the traffic. Let's go ahead and get that done real quick. And then we will get rolling. Alright. That'll be a little bit better. Alright, let's go ahead and get on out of here. So right out in front of us is 13 right. So we will go right up here and then taking a left right here. It's clear out there. Clear to the right. And we'll take this all the way down. We flew this flight the other day. We didn't do it on the stream. just flew it by myself just to get kind of back to used to flying for the American Virtual Airlines, make sure everything went all right. And everything did, and glad to be back. I kind of miss flying the airlines and the routes. It is fun to fly GA. That's what I normally fly in real life, and so it's always fun to do what you can't do on the simulator that you can do in real life. So and give them an all call, and we will get ready for departure. What do you guys say? Good? Alright, good. Glad to hear that. What's going on, Ghost? How you doing today, buddy? Glad you're with me. That would be cool if Xbox would give that sim. Yeah, that would definitely be cool. What have you been up to? Yeah, it is great to be back live. Get a little short hop, about a 40-minute flight. Just be heading from San Antonio back to DFW, our home base. We used to be based, when we flew for American Airlines, we used to be based out of Phoenix. And that was a lot of fun. I've flown in there in real life many a time, so it's nice to change it up. I've actually flown into here as well, but it's always nice to change it up, scenery, fly to different airports, fly different routes. I usually like to fly the regionals a little bit more, but the Phoenix is just too good of an airplane not to fly. So we've been flying this quite a bit. So we just got the ERJ 175, the new regional jet. That's actually the jets that fly in and out of my area. And so I can actually do those flights with that airplane, the same airplane that flies in and out of here. So we will be doing some of those as soon as we feel that it's ready and I understand the airplane a little bit more, and I'm going to get everything memorized and fly it a little bit more consistently. Then we'll give her a shot and we'll stream with her. So alright, so let's go ahead and give everybody a call, let them know that we're going to be departing. Alright, so everything's set, flaps are set to 1, everything's good, takeoff config test, takeoff speed's not inserted. Oh, we need to get those real quick. Whoops, I didn't do that was my fault. And performance, and 138 real quick, 138, 138, get that put in, and then 140 is VR, rotate, and 142 is climb out speed, and we'll be using flaps 1, and we're going to be using 63 flex temp. And there we go. Now let's do a takeoff test, and everything's normal, so we'll go ahead and flip on all of our lights. And everything's good, packs are coming off. Pack 1 and pack 2 is off. And San Antonio traffic, American 1961, will be departing runway 13 right for a north departure. San Antonio traffic. Alright, let's go ahead and get on out and let's get out of here. What do you guys say? You ready, Ghost? Alright. This is the runway that we did land on whenever we came in here. It was 13 right. We flew the ILS in. Alright, you guys ready? And engines are stable. And everything looks good. Airspeed's alive. Hold hold that center line. And 100 knots. And there's our V1, and rotate. And positive rate, gear coming up. And we'll go ahead and start our turnout to the left. And we'll go ahead and flip on our APU, and we'll go direct Sith. And positive rate, so we can go ahead and come on back to the climb detent. And first notch of flaps can go ahead and come on out. And climbing through 3,000. And San Antonio traffic, American 1961 is departing San Antonio to the northwest and up to Dallas for American 1961. That was kind of a crappy call there. And we'll go ahead and get our terrain and weather turned on. Alright. You guys probably want to see what's going on outside the cockpit, huh? And we'll go ahead and flip on our packs and come on. We're climbing through 4,500. And we can go ahead and disengage the speed brakes. And everything's looking just fine as we climb on up and out up to flight level 290. Arrival is going to be the Boost 7. And we'll go ahead and say we have been given direct guts. So we'll go into our direct and we'll go to guts. Insert. And we'll head direct to guts, which is our first initial fix for our ILS, or our arrival. As we climb on up here above this cloud layer, and coming through 10,000 feet, we can go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. Seems to be pretty smooth up here. What's going on, Tim? We are heading, yes, I am flying for American Virtual Airlines. We did get signed back up and got everything done, so we are back flying, and we are heading from San Antonio to Dallas Fort Worth. That is back to our base. So landing lights can go ahead and come off as we start our climb on up and out of here. Thanks for stopping by, Tim. Do appreciate it. Good old American flight. I did have this set up to where I could show you different views, like out the windows and stuff like that, but for some reason it didn't want to work. So just check the radar, make sure that nobody has popped up that we need to talk to. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's Austin ground that's up, so we are all good there. As we are flying through. Oh, nice. Miami is your base. It's a good base. I haven't done too much flying outside of Miami. I've been down there a couple times for American. I was based, my first base that I flew, whenever I flew with them, I was based out of Phoenix. And then I went from Phoenix now to Dallas-Fort Worth. So I took a break and flew a bunch of just GA airplanes for a while. Whenever we flew this on the way here, side note, is that we had to take off and do our own VS. Because if I leave it in manage, we don't ever make it. So we got to do an open climb and climb up to 3,000 feet a minute just to get to our altitude before we have our top of descent. So, well, it looks like we've got a little bit, so we're going to leave it in. There we go. All right. It's my first flight with them. Doesn't seem so bad. Oh, nice. Where are you flying to? Did you already get through all of your orientation and do your check ride and everything? Tim? So, Ghost, this is Tim. Tim's joined the stream last time, and he joined the American Virtual Airlines with me. And hopefully maybe one time we'll be able to get a flight put together and both of us can fly together as well. So just to show you guys a little bit of, I think, let's see if it works here. My first flight as a member MIA to CLT, VATSIM. Nice. So this is what is on my screens that you guys see here in front of me. These are the buttons that I'm touching. This is what it looks like. So we will kind of show you guys what those look like. Oops, I need to cover that up. I'll set that one over here. So these are all the different screens that I have. All of them are touchscreen, yes. And then I also have two knobs that set the standard. Nice. Are you flying in the A320? I think you like to fly the 737, you said, right? So just to show you guys a little bit of what my screens look like that I have here in front of me. The overhead panel, if you guys can see, that one is right up there. It's right above me. I just can reach up and touch everything. But all those are touch screens as well. And just touch the knobs and turn on the displays so they get brighter. I'm an Airbus guy, but I've been flying the 737 trying to expand. Nice. I just bought the ERJ 175, so I can't wait to fly that. And hopefully that will be something fun to learn. It's just a small, seems like it's just a small 737 that flies. So I took it out today and flew it around. I didn't have any instruments or anything like that. Just kind of messed around with it and flew a couple practice traffic patterns with it and seemed to do pretty well. So let's go ahead and make sure we've got everything programmed for our arrival. Things come quick. So FDub, we need to be at 24,000. Whoops, it's not going to be that. So flight level 240. And we want to insert that. And then FDub, and then Kilo. Our next one is Kilo at flight level 200. Flight level, oops, clear, and then flight level. And then we want to be at flight level at Kilo. We want to be at flight level 20. Level 200, and then we'll input that into there. Yes. And then we'll need to be at Boov at 19,000. Or 17,000, which is fine on that. And then Shimp, Boov, and then Shimp at 15,000. We want to be at 15. At Shimp. Okay, that's fine. Too steep a pat between Boov and Shimp. That's fine. And then we just need to be at Delmo at 12,000. Delmo, we want to be at 12,000. Insert. And then Ickle. And then we'll be on the approach, which our approach is going to be ILS 18 right. Let's find that. ILS 18 right. And our first approach is Ickle. Where are you, Ickle? Ickle at 4,000. Ickle at 4,000. All right, we're coming up 500 to go. All right, there we go. The FMCs on the ERJ's a little more confusing. The flying is easy. Yeah, it is a little bit more confusing. I did mess with that a little bit today, and it was a lot more confusing. That you are right, 100% there. 100% there. So I've been using this Active Sky. I really like it. They've done a really good job with the colors and the skies and the different multi-layers of clouds and stuff like that, like you see in the real life. So very pleased with that. Okay, we are in our cruise section of our flight. And we'll be getting ready to start our descent in. Well, we need to enter in our destination METAR. So let's go ahead and do that. Performance. Next phase is going to be 2979. Temperature is where'd it go? 33. And winds are 120 at 11. And our minimums for it is going to be 807. And there we go. All right, so we've got about 38 miles, 39 miles until we get to top of descent. And we'll start. Told you guys it was just a short hop over here, so. Go ahead and get some music going for us. Be cool if we got some controllers online, but I understand. I'm not a controller, so I don't have any room to talk. I'm just a pilot that wishes we had someone to talk to. Got about 18 miles or 17 miles till we get to guts, and then once we get to guts, then we've got about 14 miles, and then we'll start our descent. We'll start our descent down at EGADS. Once we got a short flight, we can go ahead and get something to drink. Always stay hydrated. So the bottom left screen that you guys see, that is this one right down in here. And then the top right screen is this one. And then the next one next to it is that screen. And then the overhead panel is, so that's kind of how it's laid out. And then I've got a 55-inch TV, 4K TV that sits right in front of me that you guys can kind of, that I sit on and look through. So that's kind of how everything's set up. I did take the CRJ out today because that was kind of fun, just going back to flying that. It's kind of fun to mix up some of the airliners that we have. So we've got about 16 miles, and then we'll start on down to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we are just past halfway. So at ships, it's saying we've got so we need to be at 280 at ship, speed-wise. So we need to be at 280. There we go. Fix that up. Does say too steep on one of those, so we might be just a little bit high, but that's all right. All right, we've got about 9 miles. We'll start on down, or 8 miles, and then we'll start on down. And we can go all the way down to 12,000. So we'll go ahead and set that in our... And we'll go ahead and let everybody know to buckle up and give them our all call that we're getting ready to start descending. There we go. And we'll go ahead and set that in there. There's our descent. We start on down. Seatbelt signs are good. And 2979. So we can go ahead and put that in there. Start on down. Tim, thanks for stopping by. Hey, thanks for saying hello. Same to you, Ghost. It's great seeing you again, man. Been a while since we gotten to talk. Starting to see Dallas-Fort Worth area coming in. Coming up on F-dub. All right, let's go ahead and cut the music off. Time to get a little bit more focused. Stereo cockpit as we start descending on down. Here's our flight level 240. We should be good to go ahead and continue on descent. And we'll be going down to flight level 200. And there we are. We are good there. And you can start to see the lights of Dallas-Fort Worth out there. Up and to the right. You guys should be able to see that on your screen. All right. And we're coming down through 22,300 as we start our descent on down. way down to flight level 200, and then we'll be going down to 17,000 at Boov. Then after Boov, we need to get down to 15,000 in a matter of 3 nautical miles, but that's all right. We don't. If we miss that, it's got to be between 15,000 and 17,000. So we'll be all right there. And then we just need to be at Delmo at 12,000. That's the only hard restriction we've really got. So it does say too steep of a path, but we'll manage it. Don't really want to descend more than 2,000 feet per minute. That's whenever the passengers are start to get uncomfortable. So, do you have a company message? But it says no ADC. Yep, no ADC required. All right, we're at flight level 200. Does anybody know what airspace we would be in? Anybody? Tim? Ghost? We would be in Class Alpha, Class A. Anything above 18,000 feet is considered Class A, and you have to be on an IFR flight plan. VFR is recommended for Class A. Maybe. And we need to be at 280 knots, which we are underneath that 280 knots, so we should be good there to continue on down. And you can see the Dallas-Fort Worth area out in front of us. You can see all the lights. It's one thing nice about flying at dark is that you can see lights, you can see other airplanes very well. But if you ever had an issue in a small airplane, it's really tough. You got to look for highways. That's what I would be looking for. All right. Now we are below 18,000. And Dallas-Fort Worth traffic, American 1961 is on the arrival, coming in from the south and descending through 17,000 for 12,000 Dallas-Fort Worth traffic. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Look at that moon over there. You guys see that? It's pretty cool looking. And let's try and slow us down a little bit, see if we can't get underneath this. So what we're going to do is try and help us get back on, is we're going to go down at 2,000 feet per minute. See if we can't get us back on track here. 2,000 feet per minute, which is fine. But then we're going to pull the speed brake and try and help us stay slow as we descend on down. We do have our engines throttling up just a little bit. Let's see if we can't get below this and get back on track here. All right, that helped us out. So now we can go back into manage mode, and we will let the autopilot and the FMS manage us all the way down. So getting ready to come through 10,000 feet. Do need to be under that 250. And there we go. So we need to be at Delmo at 12,000. And there we go. Now we're back on track. And we need to be at 240 knots, which we will be at that above or below 10,000, so should be all good there. How much longer you got in your flight, Tim? And we've got the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport out in front of us. I can see it through the clouds. Don't know if you guys can or not, depending on how clean your screen is. And we're at 12,000. And then once we get through 12,000, then we can go ahead and go on down. We can go to Pickle, which is way out there. We'll probably just pick it up at Legree. That's where we'll pick up the ILS, just because I don't think that we really truly need it, the ILS, but as an airliner, you always use the. So let's go ahead and get everything ready for landing. So we'll go ahead and arm the speed brakes, auto brakes on medium, and we'll go ahead and get all of our lights turned on. We'll get our landing systems turned on. And get the localizer turned on. We are tuned 119.9. We do have the correct localizer. Our missed approach for this is going to be climb straight out to 1100 with a climbing right turn to 3000. And we will go up to lights and we will hold, be right into traffic patterns if we need it, but I don't think that we will. And so we will go ahead and descend on down to 4,000. There we go. And we can go ahead and check our performance, make sure that we are in our approach phase, which we are. And Dallas-Fort Worth traffic, American 1961 is on a right downwind for 18 right. Dallas-Fort Worth traffic. And as you can see, the airport is right over here. That's a pretty cool view. Got the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport down there, the moon, the American. All right, let's get back in, make sure we're managing everything, coming through 10,000. And we can go ahead and go flaps 1. And we're starting to see the air traffic start to pick up here. Then once we get past, get a beam Legri, which is the just before the final approach fix, then we'll start our turn to the right and start intercepting the localizer. Netty is our final approach fix. Alright, landing lights are on, ground spoilers are armed, and lights are on. And then once we get cleared for the approach, that's whenever I will give them the all call and let them know that we will be landing shortly. Got one of them, somebody out in front of us. Probably maybe wait and let them pass by, and then we will circle in back behind them. I don't know if they're going into Dallas-Fort Worth or what, but that's what we will do. And we will taxi on over to our normal gate, which is gate Alpha. And we can go ahead and go direct Legra. And there we go. And we'll go ahead and go flaps 2. And we can go on down to 3,000.
Delta 933 on ILS approach to Dallas, runway 13 right. Please advise.
And Dallas area traffic, American 1961 is just outside the ILS 18 right, Dallas-Fort Worth traffic. And we can go ahead and go gear down. Gears coming down. All right, and we've got everything lined up. We're good. All right, everything's looking good. Starting my descent into CLT. Nice. Well, I am just about here. All right, everything's good. We've got all green. We'll go flaps full here in just a second. Once we're on short final. And we've got our altitude set for the missed approach. And Dallas area Fort traffic. American 1961 short final for runway 18 right. Dallas area Dallas Fort Worth traffic. All right, we'll go ahead and go flaps full. And we've got 1400. Got 400 to go to minimums. And we'll go ahead and turn off everything, auto throttle. And we will just hand fly her in. Keep that descent rate coming on down. $500 to go. Nope, not 500 to go. There we go. Minimums. I know. And that was not as good of a landing as what we were hoping for. But it was all right. Negative 43 feet per minute. I guess that's all right. But welcome to Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. And let's go ahead and get on off the runway here. All right. Flaps are coming up. And we'll go ahead and turn off our landing lights. And we'll go ahead and start the APU. And we'll give them the all call. Keep seated as we taxi on over to the ramp. All right, we will just go straight across here to Foxtrot and make a left. And Dallas Fort Worth traffic, American 1961, just off of runway 18 right. We're going to be taxiing via Gulf 8 to Foxtrot. All right, here we go. Clear out there to the right, or clear out to the left, clear out to the right. Let's get back on center line here and make our turn here. Tim, thanks for sticking along. Ghost, same to you, buddy. Let's see, gate open over there. We're just going to take that gate. Next to the Spirit Airlines and American. Go ahead and flip off our lights. That way we don't blind. We don't want to blind the guys here. All right. All right, parking brake is set. And we'll go ahead and turn off the seatbelt signs. Engine 1, engine 2 shut down. All right. Well, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining. I do appreciate it. If you guys would, make sure that you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button and the notification bell, let you know whenever we're going live again. And as always, I do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys out on the next stream. Have a good night.